Live. What's going on, everybody? All right, we're here. I'm outside, but I'm trying to be inside too, so the sun doesn't hit me. Again, let me know if you guys are cool in the comment section. Check in right there. Let me know if you're there. Let me know if you hear me. Let me know if I cut out like last time. Again, I'm getting better at figuring out the Wi-Fi in this joint. All right, again, new place, same story though. This week, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, we are talking about the NBA. All right, the NBA is back. Again, last week we went with the Black Lives Matter stuff. That stuff's not over yet. I'm not saying that, but we are moving on. We're moving on to the NBA stuff, okay? And the NBA is coming back soon. It'll be like, I think, the end of July. I'll find more information about it. But let me know if you guys are excited about that in the comment section. Let me know if you guys care. I know that Kendrick told one of his friends, he goes, hey, basketball's back. And the guy plays with our adult league. And the guy was like, oh, we get to play? And he goes, nah, the NBA. And he goes, I don't care about the NBA. So some people would much rather care about their own game. So I'm sure you guys want to play your own games as well. The NBA is back. There you go. All right. So, and right on time too, because our quote of the day is comeback. All right. I know it's supposed to be Sunday, Monday. So it's supposed to be a 2-word quote. This is 2 words. Come back. Come back. But when you make it 1 word, it's a comeback. All right. So it's kind of like 2 different things. Well, if you talk about come back, those 2 words, I like that quote because it's like when you fall off the horse and you want to get back at it. All right. No matter like what, like you experienced something, you went home, come back, like come back again, like try again. So that's what I use the quote for. But the other one is much more prevalent in my life, and that's a comeback. And for a comeback, like the NBA is coming back, right? For a comeback is when you're down by 20, down by 10, with like 5 minutes to go, and then you come back and you win the game. There's no better feeling than that. I think I'm the only person in the gym, usually, who gets excited when I start to lose. Again, I love winning. I want to win. But as soon as we start to get down, since I was young, I would see the score, look at my team. See the score, look at my team. And then I would start having a smile on my face. Because all I'm thinking about is, oh my God, this is about to be the best comeback of the world, right? And not until it's about like we're down by 30 with 2 minutes left do I finally give in. But still, I'll guard God full court and I'll be like, you're gonna remember me or something. I got to get something out of this. So no matter what's going on, you can come back. You can come back from cancer. You can come back from a lost game. You can come back from a huge break in life and come back as a better basketball player. So come back, all right? And in NBA history, they have a history. They have a long history. If you look through all the years, they've had a few lockout years, which is where the players don't get paid as much as they want to get paid, and they want more money, or maybe the owners aren't being very, very nice, and then they have a lockout where we've had like 2 lockouts that I can remember, but I'm sure that they've had more, and the lockouts have shortened the season. It's always 82 games every single season, except for like 2 seasons that I can remember. And they have a lockout, and basically they had like 50-something games in lockout seasons, but they still had a champion. I'm pretty sure the NBA has never had a year where they haven't had a champion. They've gone through the Vietnam War, still had champions during those years. I'm pretty sure if the league was old enough to have done World War I and II, that they wouldn't have had a champion those years. But even baseball had champions during the 20s. Right? It was always the Yankees, but still. So even through war, people have a champion. Through 1919, they had a champion in baseball. All right? And again, every single year. So this will be the first year that they've never had a champion. I'm glad that they're going to come back. All right? I don't know what's going to happen. Hope that they do it right. But again, they're coming back, and there's a reason for it. Again, we're going by our book, and we're going to start with the elementary school drill today. Again, elementary school drill. You can buy these books off of limitlesshoops.com and use the books, guys. If you have them already, use them because again, a lot of knowledge is in it. I put my entire life into these books, but it tells you step by step what to do. It gives you a perfect roadmap. Perfect roadmap, and that got me thinking about the guys doing the Chastain Challenge. In September, this thing officially starts because September 1st, 2020 is the first day that is actually in this. I gave you guys the books early. You can kind of do whatever you want till then. But on that day, do this. If you want to do extra things like the Chastain Challenge still, if it's in the book, do whatever the book says plus the Chastain Challenge. If you want to run 18 miles a day, do whatever's in the book plus 18 miles a day. Just do what's in the book. Don't start saying, all right, the book said this, but I'm going to do a little bit extra and just different stuff. Because that's a slippery slope. Because then all of a sudden your different stuff isn't as good after a while. Then your different stuff isn't written down. Then you just don't do it. Then you're nothing. If you follow the book, you will get addicted to following the book. And this book is going to lead you to the perfect places. So trust me on this. Follow the book. And if you want to do extra on your own. All right. The first thing is the elementary school drill. For this one, it's +7, -7. All right, for this game, +7, -7. You shoot the ball from, usually the elbow, but you can also do this from the 3-point line. And every shot that you shoot counts as a point if you make it. If you miss it, counts as -1 point. And you go till you either get +7 or -7. I could easily make the game to 14, start at 7 points, but nah, I like negative numbers because we get to tell who's bad at math in our program. That's hilarious. All right? So get good at math, be able to count, but the counting should also confuse you to make the shooting harder, which I like. And the counting should also make every shot pressure filled. All right, so that you're shooting it and boom, you have to make it or your score goes down again. If that one's too hard for you, you can do an easier one where you get 2 points for making it and -1 if you miss it. If that's too easy for you, you can go 1 point if you make it or -2 if you miss it. If you can do that from the 3-point line, then you're just a great shooter. All right. So those are the levels, 2 from 3. Those three different levels. So there's 6 different games that you can play. I recommend that game. Maybe even time it as well to try to see how high that you can get in 3 minutes. Try to see how long that you can stay on the bus or on the Bronco, on the Bull, whatever. Whatever you're riding. All right. Stay on it. And if you mess up, do some push-ups. Start over again. It's a great workout to basically spend time doing something for a long period of time. And speaking of pressure, the playoffs are what this thing is all about for the NBA coming back. It's the playoffs. Now, before the playoffs, they're going to set up, I think, a 6-game play-in or something like that, 7 games. They're going to play some games first, just so that no one comes in to get injured and things like that. So they're going to play some games first, and then they're going to go to the playoffs. And the fun thing about these playoffs is they're all going to be at Disneyland, right? But they were going to do it where they're just mixing the 2 conferences for the first time, but they didn't do that. So the Eastern Conference is on this side, Western Conference is on this side. But the play-in games now include just some random teams that didn't have a chance. So now they're talking about is that even fair for the teams that actually made it? I think it's fair because those teams would have had a chance to catch up if they played, the 20 extra games. However, they should care about the first 60 games. So I see it both ways in that regard. But once the playoffs come, the playoffs are a lot different than the regular season. But if you're a true playoff team, you should have played the regular season games the same way as the playoffs. Every game should matter like that. All right. So if you're not putting pressure on yourself for every single free throw, every single shot, every single everything, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because if you put no pressure on yourself and you say, just block it out, let me just shoot a shot with no pressure. Yeah, it's good for your mind. But as soon as there's pressure, you've never shot that shot. But if you shoot every single shot with manufactured pressure, like thinking Kevin Durant's going to block my shot, and even though you're all alone, or this free throw really, really matters, even though it doesn't. Then when the time comes in pressure-filled games, you're been here, done that. And then you're just normal. To feel the knots in your stomach, to feel your heart pounding is normal for you. So you want to feel the pressure. You want to manufacture the pressure. And that's what makes the playoffs so fun. Well, if everyone did playoff basketball all the time, every game would be that fun. All right. Next thing is our middle school drill. This is where you're unfamiliar with stuff. For unfamiliarity, for the middle school drill, we have inverted Euros. I just did this with Cameron a second ago. And the inverted Euros are pretty hard. I first learned about it from James Harden doing it, and I saw Russell Westbrook do it. I saw seeing some other players do it. Oh man, it's so weird. So for a basic Euro step, you bounce the ball, and then you fake here, fake there, and then you score, right? But for the inverted Euro, what it is, it's so weird. You take the ball in the right hand, you stutter step, then you bounce the ball on this side of your body. and take one step with the left, with this foot. You take one step there as you dribble, and then you take the other 2 steps on this side of the person, 1, 2, and then you score. So when you do it, it really looks like a travel. All right, and until the ref realizes you're allowed to take one step with the dribble, and then 2 steps to score the layup. It doesn't matter where you take the steps, though. So that's why this move is so beautiful. You can step across your body, take 1, and then 2, 3 on this side, or you can even go 1 on this side and then 2, 3 on that side. All right, it's a great move. It's really, really hard at first, but once you get used to it, it's good. I've been teaching this move for about 2 years. I have never done it. I don't know if I could. My legs might break off, but I never even think about it. If you practice that move, I don't think there's too many people that could stop you on a fast break if they're standing still. I mean, you fake them that way. They have to at least kind of go that way, or you can just go that way to score on them. But if they stay still, once you pick up the ball, they're not allowed to move. Walk around them. All right? It's a little loophole in basketball. All the Euro steps take advantage of that loophole. And the loophole goes, after I take a dribble and I pick the ball with 2 hands, the defense must stay established and they can't move. And if I hit them on the side, anywhere but here, it's a foul on them, especially if they're moving. It's a blocking foul. So as soon as someone takes a dribble and they pick the ball with 2 hands, by rule, you must not move anymore. And the person just dances around you, well, they're screwed. So inverted reels, you can check out that in our curriculum section, the video for it, and I really, really recommend that you guys do so. All right, what's my next thing we're talking about is the creativity of that is actually the reason that you love the NBA so much, because the NBA is an extremely creative, professional sport. Other sports like UFC, like fighting, they might do every now and then like a backflip, but like not during the match, right? But like they're doing like the same 10 moves. In baseball, it's the same 20 different things. They might flip their bat, right? It's not that much creativity that goes on in these sports. Soccer might be the most creative, but even that it's just like a little rainbow kick here and there. They might have a crossover. Basketball is monstrously creative. All right. Football has the end zone dances, right? But nothing during the game. During the game of basketball, you're throwing no-look passes. You're doing things that you're basically a magician with the ball. Right? You get to just do anything that you could think of, even things that people have never seen before, and you're doing them on the spur of the moment, where every single game in the NBA probably has one thing you've never seen before. And that's the coolest thing about basketball, is that you can add your creativity to the sport, and hopefully other people start copying off it, and it becomes like a culture. And that's one of the things that I love most about basketball, is the creativity aspect of it. That's why if you ever played with me, you've probably seen me throw the ball from one wing off the backboard to someone on the other wing, because that's like my little niche in this whole thing. I also would bounce the ball behind my back, behind the other person's back for alley dunks and things like that. I love getting creative because, again, it's so fun to do that. All right. High school drill, which is our high school drill right here, a high school book. Looking at the high school drill, this one is the twist passes. All right. For twist passes, this is interesting. So the twist passes basically go like this. Sorry, I was itchy. All right. For the twist passes, when you throw a pass, you're like this, but the defender's right in front of you, so you can't throw it through them unless they're a ghost, right? So you want to throw it to the side, but when you throw it to the side, they can still reach out and get it. So what you want to do is you want to twist your body like this, twist your feet to point to where you want to pass it to. Keep your body straight, keep your upper body straight, but twist your lower body like this, and then you take your hand and you point it to the side. And you can put it behind you. So when you throw a pass, you're passing it from the furthest spot away from the defense. And you throw a pass sideways like that. All right. And that's how you can get a pass from a person who's guarding you really, really well, person who's guarding you closely. If you just throw a pass like this, the defense is going to deflect the ball time and time again. If you throw a pass with your right hand across your body towards your left, the defense is going to be right there again, unless they're a ghost. So you want to twist it this way and make a left-hand pass with it. All right. So twist passes are passes that we're passing with the partner. Each of you guys has a ball. You bounce, twist, and then you pass it to the other person. Or you have one ball and you face the same direction and you bounce, twist, pass to them sideways, and then they will do the same to you. Getting good at twist passes with both hands enables you to get the ball around the court smoothly without their hands getting on it. That should also be a hint for the defense. All right, it's a twist pass. It's a hard pass to make. If they get their hands on it, well, that sucks. It messes up our whole offense. So as a defender, realize getting an arm's length away from your player and trying to get your hand into passing lanes to disrupt their offensive flow is the thing that you want to do. And when they drive, guard them closely, because a lot of people don't twist pass. A lot of people pass the ball across their body because they're right-handed. They have to pass to their left. They'll throw it with their right hand. So if your hand's there and if your body's there, you get to block that pass. Get a hand on it, someone else can get a steal. All right. So become good on offense with twist passes and realize that other people aren't good at it. So you want to deflect the ball a lot. All right. And then for the NBA, talking about deflections, talking about people like obstacles to overcome. There's one saying that I love, and where there's a will, there's a way. All right. They are making this thing work. All right. Come hell or high water. The NBA season was supposed to be done probably like right now. I think maybe like in 2 weeks. We're supposed to be in the finals right now. That's usually when the time comes, right? Like mid-June. Yeah, it never goes to July. So like mid-June is the finals. But now we haven't even reached the playoffs. That means that like usually the summer leagues are in July. And then after that, the NBA season starts in like, I think September. We will be playing all the way through September. And I don't know what next year is gonna look like for the NBA, but it's gonna have to start later. So they obviously can't play back-to-back seasons like that. It's gonna be so awkward. And then how about the year after that? Are they just gonna change the schedule from now on, or will they just kind of like edge back slowly? And they also had to like worry about contracts, or as Kendrick brought up, they had to worry about free agents. Like, where do the free agents fit in all this? Free agents are people who don't have teams. Do they get to come back early? Does Kevin Durant, who was hurt all year long and now he's playing for the eighth seed, does he get to come back early? They have all these hurdles to do. And some teams don't get like $1 million bonuses because they didn't have enough TV games. Do they just lose that money? Do the hot dog vendors still make money? All these questions, right? They made it work for the sake of money, but also for the sake of competition. Right? Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And for our summer league, if you guys are asking about that, we're not sure about our summer league yet, but something's going to happen. For baseball right now, they're playing local games. All right? They're playing local games. So I think it'll be easier for us to travel and to play because Oklahoma, they're going. This is going to happen. And Georgia, they're going. But now, will we have enough players for us to get over there? Right? Where there's a will, there's a way. But sometimes there isn't a will, because some parents in California are still a little scared of the virus. You know, it happens, and they're not quite sure if they want to do it. But we would need 5 players or more traveling for every team. So I'm going to put out a feeler sometime tomorrow to see if you guys want to play this summer. All right, I still haven't signed up. Still, the money's paid. I have my flights. I also have our Airbnbs already paid for. So you guys can stay with me if you don't have a place to stay. Flights are fairly cheap right now, so we can take care of it. But only if you guys want to. Maybe in the comment section, let me know if you guys want to play, and then I'll put it out to all the parents tomorrow. All right. Next thing is our homework. Our homework for the month again is scissor wrap dribbles. I have not seen. I didn't check today actually, but I have not seen a homework video yet. Has anyone posted a homework video besides Ian with the scissor wrap dribbles? Has anyone posted one? Let me know in the comment section. And it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Again, but I want you guys trying it. I want you guys to put your failed attempts online. All right. So try it, please. Let me know. All right. The scissor wrap drill. And I remember my first time trying it. I heard that Chauncey Billups did it, so I wanted to try it, and it was hard. But I figured it out. I did it like straight, probably for like maybe 45 minutes, and then I figured it out. All right. And so, I mean, I was not content with not being able to do it. And I was like, oh no, let's do it. I think it was maybe 8th grade. I learned it. So it's a pretty good one. I also remember Derek Cortarba. He was the same way. Derek's one of our leaders in attendance. And when he learned about it, he started doing it. He got it within the first 30 minutes, I think, but we did it like all day at camp one day, and he like loved it. He went around doing it all the time. He could do it multiple times in a row, everything. All right. So let's see what you guys can do. Post your scissor wrap dribbles online in the homework section. All right. What are we doing here in the comment section? You guys are crazy. All right. Oh, who posted videos? Is that Leandre? Did you post your attempt at that? Let me know. Let me know. Leandre's crazy in the comment section. Man, nuts. All right. And as far as achievements go, I wonder what all the achievements are going to be for this year. All right. We would have known who the MVP of the league was, the most valuable player. I think it might be LeBron, but maybe Giannis, right? But if we don't finish the season, then we'll never know. Also, the Sixth Man Award, the Most Improved Award, the champion of the entire league. These are achievements that these people want to do, and they put in so much hard work into having a chance to be there. All right, and they want to experience it. And you guys should have your own achievements as well. All the graduates who couldn't graduate like exactly on time. All right, these are achievements that you want to do. So make sure that your achievements, large or small, that you guys are taking care of it. So again, scissor, wrap, dribbles. Take care of that, please. All right. Next thing for me is our daily challenge mention. Okay. Again, we have challenges for first grade, second grade, third, all the way through 12th. But the challenge, and they're all different. The challenge that I wanted to mention today is the 8th grade challenge. All right. And that's the indirect Euro step. Now, I talked about the inverted Euro step. In other words, are kind of close. The indirect Euro step is the Dwayne Wade one, where you dribble, right? Then you step away from the basket with the cross step and step toward the basket. It's how you get around your defender. The cool part about this drill, again, learn to do it from the video online, but the indirect one is you're going hard toward the basket. Your last dribble is with the opposite foot stepping. The guy that's defending you, all his momentum is going that way. You then change direction to go immediately against him. And since all his momentum is going that way, his weight is on his first foot. That means that his back foot and his back arm are very, very weak because he's leaning like this. So that means if he's leaning like this, all my weight is on this foot, this hand. And that means if you step across their body, you can actually cut him off and hit him. And you can cut him off and hit him off base. He might even fall down because he's very weak right there. So you step and then you aim for the guy's opposite shoulder and go straight up like that and cut him off. And then when you go back toward the free throw line, from the wing, you go straight. Then you go change direction. You step across and you hit their shoulder. You go back toward the free throw line. After you make that next step, then you go toward the basket with your last step. And again, it's another one of those moves like the other Euros where it seems like you have too many steps to take. But you're always allowed to take one dribble step and then 2 more steps. But it just matters what order that you do it in. So instead of going step, 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 now you go step, step, step. All right, you just switch the order of your steps, or step, step, and then step backwards. All right, you can switch the order of your steps to manipulate the defense, and there's no better one than the indirect Euro. I really, really like that one. That's the one that I did a lot when I was a kid. Then when Dwayne Wade did it against Farajal, you guys can look it up, Anderson Farajal. Type in Dwayne Wade or Wade and Anderson. Wade Anderson, good enough. And look at his dunk. Maybe type in the word dunk. He dunked on him so hard, it was crazy. But the move that preceded it with that step over, it was nuts. I think he stepped over him too. Yeah, he stepped over him. It was crazy. Look that up. All right. And speaking of footwork, that was the Dwayne Wade one that I mentioned. Look that up. All right. Next thing is the movie. I have about 6 more minutes to talk. All right, good. All right. For the movie, I'm talking about basketball, right? And talking about like your aspirations, the things that you want, right? And like hoping that this stuff happens. Well, the movie that I'm going to talk about is Hoop Dreams. All right. This is like one of the saddest movies of all time, but it's not sad. It's kind of sad. What they did is they took a kid like Ian's age, and they took 3 kids that age, like kids that were about to be 8th graders, I think. Maybe they were 9th graders. I'm not quite sure. and they followed them for years, and they would check back in, and they chose 3 good players. They were hoping that one of them made the NBA, right, or made like a high college, and they followed these kids, and they made a whole movie about them. And you're like, oh, okay, but you know from the set that you've never heard of these kids, right? So you're like, okay, obviously they're not like the best players in the world, but like you're watching this movie, and man, like a couple of their lives kind of go bad. I remember it was such a weird movie I watched when I was younger, but like basically these people truly hope to make the NBA with all their heart, and then like I don't think that they were ever directed properly because what they should have been making these kids do is work out. That wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. I do not remember lengths of time with them just doing drills upon drills. I do not remember that. I just remember them like talking to their friends, doing this, and it was all of the things that we thought that we should be doing. And it was just strange. And they were just playing the game. Now the games mattered, the practices mattered, right? And if I watched that movie again, I would be like, y'all had no chance to make the NBA. But watching it back then, you hoped as an audience member that one of them would make the NBA. And then one of them got hurt. Remember, like a senior year or something like that, and it was like super sad. But like at the same time, that sadness made me be like, I think I was like, I can make it. I saw all the things that they were doing wrong, and I was like, yeah, I got this. All right. So I really recommend that movie. It's a tough one, but man, it's real life in it. And when we watch the NBA, I think that's why we watch it. We all have that dream. Not the dream to make the NBA, yeah, some of us do, but like just the dream to like close my eyes and I'm Steph Curry. And like I feel what it's like to make that shot. Or maybe like I'm in my business meeting and like I killed it, like LeBron James did. Like, and we all wouldn't feel like that amazingness. And there's only so many people that get to entertain us like that, but we feel like we're in their shoes, sorta, and we just kind of want to like live through them, live like among them, right? And we create these people that are our entertainment, but at the same time, they are us, all right? Like we're all Kevin Durant, like we feel that we want to cheer for them, we want to like cheer against them. It just adds a little bit to our lives, basically, and that's that leads me to my motivational story of the day. It says one of the things that my parents have taught me. Not my parents, it's just a quote. All right. One of the things that my parents have taught me is to never listen to other people's expectations. You should live your own life and live up to your own expectations. And those are the only things I really care about. All right. For that, it's about what's in you. All right. Don't worry about if your dad wants you to make it, or if your dad wants you to play like football, your mom wants you to become a cook or whatever. I don't know. Your mom wants you to do karate. I don't know. Like whatever their hopes and dreams are, they kind of don't matter because you're gonna be living your life eventually, anyways. All right. You guys go for what you need to go for and have your own expectations, whether they be higher or lower. So if your mom says, "Good, great job, I love you, honey, great job, you did well," and you're like, you're allowed to say, "No, I didn't. I want to do better." Or if they're like, "You should have done this, you should have done that," you're allowed to say, "No, I have lower expectations for myself." You need to live to your own expectations. All right. And later this week, we're going to explore the hurdles for the NBA. Kendrick gave me some great notes. By the way, he's more into this than I am, so a lot of this stuff is from him. And we're going to talk about why this may or may not work. All right, because there's no guarantee, right? Like, I mean, like, what are the expectations? What are the expectations for this year? We don't know. It's a very, very confusing times. I mean, monkeys might take over the world. We have no idea right now. We have no idea, right? This is the craziest year of all time. All right. Will something go wrong? Like, do sports really matter at all? That's what we find out right now, right? It's like, do sports matter? Do this just like life matter, right? Like, what will happen to the NBA financially? Will this champion deserve the championship or not because it was a shortened season, or will they deserve it more because it was like a freaking pandemic that they went through? All right, we're gonna talk about all this stuff. Let me know what you guys think in this comment section or the next. We're about to start our what is that called? The Google Meet ISO workout. We just added Andre to Ben's basket. All right, so now he has 4 at his hoop. Again, no more than 4, but you guys can definitely do 4. All right, so invite some kids over to your house. I mean, it's your one time. California is going to reopen on Monday, next Monday. All right, but that reopen is going to be slow. It's going to be like, oh yeah, everything open, but stay 6 feet away. All right, so that means that we're like well in the right. Before we were sneaking. Yeah, wink, wink. We were doing workouts this entire time, right? But now it'll be like legal, all right? So, but you still have to maintain your distance, wear your mask, all that stuff. But let's really start to get this thing going, okay, guys? So meet up. If you're doing the workouts alone, maybe think about calling someone over to your place so that you guys can feel that camaraderie, also feel the competition, so you guys can go against someone who's right there. Got that, guys? And again, I don't know everything about the NBA, if that's true or not. I say what I heard. Same thing with the virus stuff. I'm not exactly sure. I just saw like an article. If I'm absolutely wrong, my bad. But I'm pretty sure that we're open. Ask your parents. All right, you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. And I'm out. I'm just gonna leave it going for a little bit to see if just so it doesn't end too early. So I'll pretend to read this book. See you later. Peace, guys. See you in a little bit. Oh. I see. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's some deep stuff right there, dog. Yeah. Oh, I wrote the hell out of that book. There we go. There we go. What? No, I did not click in. Am I reading the book on the TV? Mm-hmm. Oh, then I should probably click in now. Yeah. Okay. So
you're just like, I did a good click.